Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hello,
We
everyone.
live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hey, how you doing, people?
How's everyone? This is the Roy and Roy show with Roy and Roy
You didn't give them
Junior.
time to answer. You said, how's
They don't.
everyone?
You can't answer. Like, don't answer us. Like, if we say hello, good morning, how are you? Like, don't answer back. You look stupid. Like, especially if you're alone. How dumb would you look? Especially if you have like a wife and kids. Don't. No, stop. The disclaimer is the same as the last one. I'm not gonna say it again.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, hey, we finally finished putting up
yeah.
our edition. We got to do the insides and
You
everything,
even
but
have windows.
we have windows and shit, and it's all sealed off, and we got the insulation up everywhere. Yeah.
I did most of the ceiling myself because my son showed up late today again.
Oh, yeah, I did.
He showed up an hour and a half late.
You know what's funny? I was supposed to get it at 10, right? I woke up at 7 this morning because some car backfired or a gunshot, whatever. And I was like, oh, it's 7. So I got up, I ate something, I went to the bathroom, and then I laid back down in bed. I'm like, oh, I'll just take a nap and get back up. And then I woke up, it was like 11:30. I'm like, oh, well, shit.
Jeez, so you got here after 11:30?
Yeah, something like that.
My goodness. Hey, what did my brother Roy want us to talk about today? I forgot.
Spirit animals and some shit, I don't know.
No, something else. I can't remember either.
Sorry, Uncle. It's,
But
You
hey,
just really
I'm
can't
glad
remember.
to hear that my nieces in Texas are doing all right. You said they're doing all right?
well, they were last time I checked.
Oh, okay, good. What do you do? Call them or
No.
text them?
Facebook.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Because they got like more than 40 inches of rain in 24 hours.
That's crazy.
Well, what did it say?
Oh, we're talking about the hurricane down in Texas.
Hurricane Harvey or
Harvey? Hardy? Whatever it is.
Harvey.
Harvey?
Hurricane.
Okay.
9 trillion tons of water.
That's
Holy crap.
a lot of water.
9 trillion tons. I don't even want to put that in a calculator to see how many pounds and then divided by 8.6. See how many gallons.
I wonder if they would arrest people if they tried to collect that.
Maybe.
Probably.
Well, they shouldn't have a problem with water now.
Nope. Man, why didn't California get hit?
There was like fish inside houses. Fish inside houses.
Any sharks?
No, but alligators.
Alligators? Yeah.
Yep, they said there were alligators all over the place.
Oops.
Yep.
Do they know how much damage it caused yet?
It says that it's going to be more than Katrina.
Really?
Yep.
How much was Katrina?
I don't know, but it was in the billions of billions
Yeah, it
of
was
billions.
billions of
I
dollars.
don't remember, but it was a shitload.
How many people die?
I think there's only been like 2 deaths reported.
Really?
Damn, I saw that.
That's
something,
crazy.
2 deaths. But I'm glad that shit's over, and
Mhm.
hopefully too many people didn't lose too many homes. Oh, here's a good one. California is going to tax drinking water that comes out of your tap. California is going to tax drinking water. They're going to put a tax on drinking.
You can't see me, but I got this what the fuck face. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Hey, man. That's what socialism does. You need money. In order to have a good socialist economy, you need money.
How the fuck am I gonna afford drinking water if I have to? If they're taxing me on it, how am I gonna afford paying all this shit?
And it's not even like that much. It's like 95 cents a month. But multiply 95 cents, let's say $1. Multiply $1 times the number of households in California. It's in the millions. So they're going to be getting millions of dollars every month by taxing people for their drinking water. Incredible.
This is what happens when the
It
government
never stops.
can't figure out how to make more money.
Yep. So,
Oh, you're just not gonna.
well, how to
answer?
make more money? The government doesn't make money. The government takes your money.
They want to know how to get more money to spend.
Yeah, they can't. The government doesn't make money. They take your money. That's all they do. Government doesn't know how to earn money. The government doesn't know how to do anything well except to freaking send people to war and steal your money. That's the only thing government know how to do well. Oh, hey, did I tell you? I wrote a poem.
Oh God, I haven't heard it
wrote a
yet,
poem.
so this is the
it's
first
not
time.
a poem. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like a poem, but it doesn't rhyme. And the name of the poem is "Where Has Our Country Gone?"
Okay,
You wanna hear
everyone. One
Okay.
second, let me do the intro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Roy, it is Poem Hour.
Poem hour is only going to take me like a minute to read it.
Don't question it.
That's a long poem.
And now, about to begin the Poem Hour Minute by Roy. Is Roy. Just go. Go. Just go. Just read it, damn it.
All right, here you go. Where has our country gone? It's still here, but it's fucked up. We have... Hey, stop.
Wow.
We have 535 politicians who take money from corporations to screw over the people. These representatives who don't represent but govern our asses. They hit the lottery the day they get elected and get more time off of work than not, and spend most of their days at work begging for money from us so that they can afford to run for re-election and steal more money from us.
This isn't a poem, Dad. This is like a statement of fact or
There is
opinion.
not a government by and for the people. They've stolen our future in order to live like rock stars. They no longer protect our rights. They fuck our rights. They've let us down since 1913 when they handed over our money to the Federal Reserves, who is as federal as Federal Express. The New Deal was a raw deal that turned a hardy people into slaves by giving them free stuff that wasn't free. It cost them their freedom and their children's freedom. Now there is no freedom. You have to ask permission for everything you do, and you have to pay taxes of every kind imaginable. Income tax, sales tax, property tax, capital gains tax, estate tax, hotel tax, sin tax, and these are just a few. Over 24,000 laws and 40,000 regulations, which grow at a rate of 2 new ones every hour and 9 minutes, are another form of taxes. Businesses have to adhere to massive amounts of regulations that of course cost them an expense that they have to pass on to you. But the biggest tax of all, and no, it's not civil asset forfeiture, which allows the popo to take your property without due process, is the one that most of us know nothing about. It's inflation, the process by which the Fed increases the base of the money supply by printing it out of thin air, which in turn devalues the paper in your pockets. Once upon a time, the rule of law applied where money could only be coined and not printed. Thanks, Alan Greenspan. Thanks, Ben Bernanke. Thanks, Janet Yellen. Our national debt is at $20 trillion.
Thanks, Obama.
President Carter, $1 trillion. Reagan, $3 trillion. Bush Sr., $4 trillion. Clinton, $5 trillion. Bush Jr., $11 trillion. Odumbo, $19 trillion. And now Trump. Big fat, I have no idea how many trillions he's going to add. He wants to increase military spending, infrastructure, etc., which is great, but who's going to pay for it? Yeah, you. You will pay for it, you slave.
God.
That's right, you will pay for it, because if you don't, the IRS, NSA, DEA, CIA, FBI, DOD, USDA, DOL, DOS, Department of Treasury, Transportation, Housing, Homeland Security, Energy, Education, Commerce, etc., can't operate if you don't pay. So pay for your own enslavement. So what do? I'm glad you asked. Get out of the system and become your own central bank. Get gold and silver, which have been money for over 5,000 years. Get cryptocurrencies, which are just decentralized. Fuck the mainstream media. Yeah, right. The nightly news. It should be called the nightly opinion. You slaves will hear what we want you to hear. Don't just think. Follow. Go to the alternate news. Citizen journalists. Think critically. Educate yourselves. To hell with the Fed, MSM, crony capitalism, politicians, regulations, taxes. To hell with it all. To hell with the government. Get the fuck out of the system.
Is that
That's
it?
it.
You hear all preaching to
You
the
like
choir.
that? I think that was good, man.
Brothers in the government.
I spent about 15 minutes writing that this morning.
Brothers in the government. Gotta speak that conscious shit. While the government propagates the mad masses in the understatement.
Say it.
We have to lift
Preach
our
it.
souls
Preach
up
it.
to the
Preach
sky before the government takes them and drags them down below to the basement.
Preach it, amen.
And it doesn't matter what you do, where you go, and what you see, brother. It's all about the inner eye and how you believe in it.
Illuminati.
The Illuminati, the all-seeing dollar bill is what y'all fiend for in the streets when you can't pay your rent or feed your children. And all of you wondering why I'm saying this, it's not to expand anything.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know, it's just free off the top. It's not. This isn't to expand your mind state. It's
I
to
bet you my
reflect
brother
on
Roy
it.
is gonna like that poem.
Damn it.
That was a good poem.
You got me off track now. Thanks, Dad.
Anyways,
All right.
yep, I'm pretty happy that we got our edition done. Well, it's not done yet. We still have a little bit of work to do. But
That took like 5 minutes for you to read your
that
poem.
took like 5 minutes. That was an awesome poem. I'm gonna read that to myself like 50 times.
You
Because
gonna memorize it?
awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna memorize it. You know what? One of these days I'll go off on a rant at work and just freaking say everything I just said. Can you imagine? Whoever I'm saying it to, they'll be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
I got a pimp hat now.
Oh, that's not really a pimp hat.
It's a pimp hat. It's purple with spots like leopards. It's a pimp hat. It's different shades of purple. I just need a
Trump is
cane.
going to Texas on Tuesday, and he's bringing Home Depot buckets to
What?
help people get water out of their basements.
Oh, really? Sometimes you just need to
Stop it.
work
man.
fashionably.
Stop it. Oh, look, I was wrong. It says California could tax drinking water. It doesn't mean they will tax drinking water. It says they could tax drinking water, which probably means they will.
I got my pimp hat on with my reading glasses. I look damn good
You
in
look
it.
like a pimp.
Yeah, I look amazing in this shit.
You need a white tuxedo.
I do, in the white
with a-
tuxedo.
With a platform
Yeah.
shoes.
Uh,
Holy crap.
Forget
And with a
insulation.
little cigarillo.
Yeah.
With a cigarillo sticking out of your mouth.
we gotta work on my backhand.
Hey man, freaking come up with say something.
I was preaching earlier and you just stopped me.
Because you were preaching out of your ass. You didn't even know what the hell you were
I
saying.
know, but that's the best part. You gotta speak from what's inside, brother. You gotta tell the people how you really feel. It's not about scripts, it's not about paper. It's
Oh,
about...
look at that. The new family.
See, you keep on
Friends
cutting me off.
chickens.
This is what it is.
Hey, so what do you think about the cryptos now? Huh? What do you think about the cryptos now?
I still think they'll probably fail.
Oh, man, I don't think so.
And then I think they'll get rebooted and they'll use it again.
I think cryptos are going to take about a 20-30% haircut here in the next couple of weeks.
I hope
But
so.
then after that, I think they're going to go boom, boom to the moon.
Yeah, maybe. You never know nowadays.
But look at this. This article says that chickens are becoming a beloved pet, just like the family dog.
I'd like chickens.
I know. I'm gonna.
I'd
have
keep a
chickens.
rooster if I could.
Hopefully next year I'll be able to get some chickens, but I'm not gonna keep them as a pet. I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna
them.
eat the shit out of them, but...
Well, I'm gonna eat the eggs.
Oh, we could get a turkey as a pet.
I'm gonna get a couple of turkeys every year.
Like Tom the Turkey. Remember Tom the Turkey?
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll be able to survive in here. Imagine what hell they will go through in the winter.
You could just get a little shed insulated really well.
I know, but they'll be living in like a 10 by 10 shed all winter long.
And they're
That would
fucking
be
roosters or
terrible.
turkeys. Fuck them. They're not human
That
beings.
would be terrible, man. Yeah,
Our
but
dogs
I
live in a 10 by 10 cage for the winter. We let them
but
out
we
every
still let 'em
day.
out. But-
They'll be able to
but
get
that would
let
be
out.
hell for them. That would be miserable.
If they didn't want to live in a 10 by 10 shed, they should grow some fucking thumbs, build some tools, and break out. But you know what? They didn't. They didn't evolve like that. We did. You know why? Because we're better. There you go.
Ooh.
I'll say that right here now. Humans are better.
Oh man, there's pictures of the flood in Houston, and the water reaches the highway signs.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. And like, there's a picture of a park I'm looking at, and all you can see is the top of the trees. You can't see the trunks or anything like that. Hey, at least they knew well ahead of time, and they were able to prepare. Oh, you know what? I was looking at the news the other day, yesterday or the day before, and in Texas, they were showing the grocery shelves all empty because people wiped them out. This is just for a hurricane.
Mhm.
For a hurricane, the grocery shelves were empty after like a day.
Yep.
Man, people are going to be in trouble, man, when the zombie apocalypse happens. They're going to be in trouble. I'm telling you, people, get your 600 pounds of rice.
So I watched a new movie, Alien Covenant. It was actually pretty good. It was better than the last one, even though it's a sequel to the last one. Surprised me.
I haven't seen the first one.
You haven't seen, what is it, Prometheus?
Oh, I think that sounds familiar, actually.
Remember they go to that planet and then they open up that capsule, got that black liquid and starts infecting people?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, this movie right there is a sequel to that movie, even though it's part of the Alien universe. But there's actually aliens in it, and it's pretty cool. I liked it. Story's kind of stupid, but you know, I didn't expect much from that department. You can only tell the same
Is that
story
the
so
movie
many
that you
times.
brought over here? It's kind of stupid.
The story, the action's pretty good.
Okay.
That's why I stayed watching it. Like the first part's pretty trash, but you know, after that starts going and picks up pretty good.
Dude, your mom is gonna be upset when she sees our front yard, because our yard looks like pure dog crap.
Ma,
We've been
it'll,
busy.
It'll
We've
be
been
good.
busy.
It'll be good. We're good. I mean, it won't be good by the time you get home, but you know, it'll be good. Like
Before
eventually,
the snow falls.
or before
Yeah, the
next
next
year,
couple
maybe.
years.
Maybe it'll be good. You never know.
Man, it looks so terrible.
It does. It really does. We look like white trash,
Our
Hickville.
freaking front. Hey, don't say that, white trash. Say just trash.
What do you want me to say? People know what that means. I'm not being racist. That's just how it is. That's just the way
You
things
have to
is.
be politically correct.
No, I don't. I don't have
No,
to
you
fucking
don't.
do anything.
You're right. You don't have to be fucking.
It's
politically
white
correct.
trash. You know white trash? White trash is fucking rednecks, ripped sweatshirts and tank tops, wife beaters, a very, very thick ass accent. They could live in the north of the north, you know, with no accents, Midwest, whatever. Thick ass accent. Everyone's got them. All right, they got tires, broken cars with no seats in them in their front yard, more likely more than one. They untrimmed and uncut grass. Meth labs are common.
Yeah, but we don't have a meth lab.
No, we don't have a meth lab, and I don't think our neighbors do either. Then again, I don't know what our neighbors do.
Look
so.
at this, freaking Angela Merkel, right? She's is the prime minister in Germany? Is that what they are?
I don't know.
Whatever
I
the
don't
hell
care.
they are, like their leader.
I'm American, Dad.
Like
I don't have to know anything about any other country.
Angela Merkel is like the equivalent of the president of the U.S., but she's for Germany. In the last year, they've had an open door policy for refugees, and over 1 million have come in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, right, that people are getting killed and
Raped
murdered.
and murdered, yep.
They're
All
just raping
fucking-
women left and right. They don't give a shit. And here she says that she doesn't regret her open door policy for letting all these freaking criminals in.
Mm.
Oh, you know what my brother told me? This is what he told me. My brother Roy. He says in Dominican Republic, there's
Oh
Muslims
yeah,
now.
yeah. That's what
Oh,
they're
that's
doing.
right here. There's Muslims going like door to door trying to convert people to freaking to becoming a Muslim. Is that what it is? To become Muslim?
Muslim, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a Jehovah's Witness, but
yeah. So
for
he
Muslims.
like said that.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like
When
them.
he said that after he got off the phone, he was gonna go talk to his neighbor because he saw some of them go over there
Mm-hmm.
trying to convert them to being a Muslim. He's gonna tell them to not listen to those people. Hey, I don't.
There's nothing
I
wrong with
could
Muslim
care about
religion.
any religion you are,
You know,
whatever you
go
want
for
to do, but when you go to a country, like if you leave your country to go to another country because for you it's gonna be better, you're not supposed to try to go to another country to try to make it like the country you left. You're leaving your country for a reason. So why would you go to another country to try to make it like the country that you left, that you felt like you had to leave? So now you want to make the new country you went to like
Wait,
the old country that you
Do they
left.
have proselytizers?
What is that?
Muslims? I don't know.
What's a proselytizer?
You know a proselytizer? They go in and proselytize. You send like a missionary over to a different country and they proselytize. They try to convert as many as they want.
I don't know if they
I don't
have
know if
that or not.
Muslims have that or not.
I was
Because I know like
surprised
Christians do.
I was surprised to hear him say that there were Muslims in Dominican Republic. Cause I've never even heard.
Because
of
some
it.
people, that's their job. They get paid to go
Yeah.
to different places
Like
and try to
Jehovah's
convert.
Witness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really wrong with that, but I mean, if you're not wanted, don't try and stay.
Oh, I could care less who comes here, but first of all, come here legally. Number one.
No, not that. I meant like if they don't want you.
Anyway, let me say my spiel about who.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna
I
lose
don't
my
care
train
who
of
comes
thought.
here as
I'm
long
gonna
as
lose
they
my
come
train
here.
of thought. You never let me finish.
But you cut me off.
Yeah, I know, but you never let me
But let me
finish.
finish
Because
so you can
because
finish.
you always cut me off.
So as long as you come here legally, number one, because your first act when entering a new country shouldn't be an illegal act. All right. So first of all, come here legally, and when you come here, try to assimilate to what being in the United States is. Fucking eat a shitload of cheeseburgers, go to freaking baseball games, and get a lot of credit cards and max them all out.
Get
a
fat.
car loan, get a house loan, get fat as hell.
Get a wife you don't like,
If you
have
don't
2
wanna
kids,
do that-
get divorced after 10 years, move out, start drinking a lot, become an alcoholic, and then when you hit 45, 50,
Get a
you
heart
realize your
attack.
life is shit and you change
Get
it.
a heart attack.
And then you got another 40 years to do whatever you want until you die. That's what
there you
American
go.
is.
There you go. If you don't want that, then don't come over here. If you don't want to be fat and freaking happy, don't come over.
All right, you know what it means to be an American? This is what it means to be an American.
I just read the poem.
You're
You want me to read
ignorant.
the poem again?
You're very, very ignorant. You don't
want me
have
to read the
any
poem
information about anyone else except for your own country. And I'm speaking from experience. This is how Americans are right now, like in general. You're really ignorant. You have no information about other people's cultures or habits. You are probably really, really into fast food, not cooking. Let's see. You're in debt. You're definitely in debt if you're an American.
If you're not in debt, then you're not really American.
You're definitely in debt if you're American. If you're a real American, you're in debt
No, I
right
mean,
now.
if you're an American, you're in debt. Even if you don't owe anybody any money, you're still in debt.
Yeah.
Because the government, you're part of the 20 trillion is like $64,000.
Now, a typical American has views that they highly subscribe to. However, they never share them openly nowadays. So that's what it means to be an American. It also means that you can't really do anything that you believe in openly anymore as well, or else you'll get crucified. And if you do stuff like that, don't post it on Facebook and shit. You remember those Nazis and stuff that went down in Charleston? Yeah, well, the people on the internet started looking up the photos and recognizing some people, and they post their information online, ruin their entire lives. Even though that they have a right to believe in that shit. So, like, that's what it means to be an American. Taxes, you're going to pay a lot of those in America.
You're going to pay a lot of that no matter where you are.
If you like a 9-to-5 cubicle job, you'll love America. If you like working a lot of hours for little pay, you'll like America. That's about it.
What are the good things about America?
Good things about America, it is kind of free. Like, you can do a lot of shit you can't do anywhere else in the world.
You know what? You know what's good about America compared to a lot of the other countries? There's still hope.
There is still hope.
There's still hope.
I believe in America.
There is still hope that freedom will prevail.
You can have a lot of guns here. This is just basic shit. You can have guns here. You can talk about pretty much whatever you want, and you're not supposed to get in trouble for it. And in most cases, you don't. Legally, anyway. Like I said, civilly and, personally, you might get crucified, but not legally. And
oh, hey, the Congress just passed a bill that I forgot the 3 states. I only remember 2 out of the 3. In Washington, D.C., well, Washington, D.C. is a district, really. It's not a state.
Yeah, it's not a state.
But in Washington, D.C., in Virginia, and I think the other one was Maryland. Not sure about the 3rd state. In any of those 3 states, you don't need a warrant to break down someone's door.
Really?
Yep.
That doesn't seem at all legal.
That's not American.
That's definitely not... Wow.
No, it's legal now.
Crazy.
They passed it. It's legal. It's just not lawful.
Well, I was going to say, the first time that happens and they're going to be like, hey, I'm taking you to court, like, right now.
No, you know what's going to happen? These guys are going to do a freaking one of those deals. They're going to get shot up. So,
a cop or something is going to... This happens, too. Like, if they break in...
who's freaking lawfully, has a firearm in their home.
That's happened before,
for protection, yeah. They're going to shoot people up. They might get killed, but still, they're going to shoot people up. So I don't understand about these no-knock warrants where they just ram in your house. I mean, all they have to do is, like, for example, let's say that they needed to come in here for whatever reason, right? And I'm not home, or I am home. Just wait in the yard. Wait in the yard until I come out. Or call my phone and say, hey, listen, we're going to come in there in 5 minutes. If it's a no-knock warrant, it means that you're going to come in no matter what. Say, I'm going to come in here. And if they think I have a firearm, then come in here, give me a chance. Say, hey, we're coming in there in 5 minutes, whether you like it or not. So you can either open the door and come out with your hands up, or we're going to come in there blasting. And at least give the person a chance. But here...
They shouldn't do that shit anyway.
No. Here, a couple of years ago, it might have been more than 2 years ago. I don't know if you heard about this, but they did a no-knock raid on this apartment for some guy for marijuana, all right?
Yeah.
And they went in there, and they threw a flashbang. You know where the flashbang landed? It landed in a baby's crib. It burned a hole right through the freaking baby's little freaking, stomach. Thank God he lived. It was a little boy.
He lived?
Yes. But it burned like they showed a picture. He had like a hole, like a quarter of his... like where the rib area is, there was like a half moon there from a hole. And thank God he lived. But you know what the funny thing is? Well, the tragic thing is It was the wrong address.
Yep, figures.
They went to
that
the
figures.
wrong freaking address. They did a no-knock warrant, and they freaking threw a flashbang in there, and they freaking almost killed a little kid. And who went to jail over that? Nobody.
Yep.
You know, no one is held accountable.
That's what it means to be an American.
So, but there is still hope, man.
I don't even remember what I was talking about. Thanks
I
a
don't
lot.
remember what you were talking about either. What were you talking about?
It must not have been that
Were you
important.
talking about California?
I'm sure we'll hear it when we re-listen.
So, Maduro in Venezuela, he is preparing his country for a U.S. invasion.
No one gives a shit about Venezuela, Dad. Let's go.
No, it has nothing to do with Venezuela. He's preparing his country for a U.S. invasion.
Everyone's bored of that, too. It's not on the news anymore. We're good.
You heard what Trump said? Trump said that he's considering... using
Trump
military
is an
action.
idiot. No one cares about what he says either.
Actually, he's
and if
pretty
you
smart.
do care about what he tweets out and shit, I can't help you. We
Actually,
really can't
Trump's-
help you.
Trump's pretty smart. It's just that the deep state told him, hey, listen, you're either going to do what we tell you to do or bad things are going to happen. And they're not
I hear
gonna
this
happen
shit
to you.
at work all the time. Oh, you know what Trump tweeted out today? Like, who gives a fuck?
Really?
What does he care?
The only time I hear
Why do you care about what he tweets out?
The only thing that... Hey, do people at your job like Trump? Or do they like...
It's like half and half.
They talk... They
Most
don't talk about him in
most people
disdain?
at my work, like, they don't like politics. Like, most of them are of the same mind state. It's like, no one does anything for us, so fuck them all. Like, there are certain people who are like, oh, Trump, or, I wish Bernie Sanders or Hillary would, but it's whatever.
Oh my god,
I don't care.
that'd be so funny.
But yeah, people get upset. Like, well, when the Charleston thing happened, that was the most recent. He tweeted out, like, obviously there's two sides to a story, right? But about the Nazis and the monuments and stuff. He's like, obviously there's two sides to the story. He didn't say and people are like angry at him because he didn't come out and say, oh, well, Nazis are evil when we shouldn't. He said there's two sides to a story. And then he didn't say anything else.
Well, the idiocracy about that crap is that the First Amendment, if you... That's taking away someone's First Amendment, right? And let's say it is evil. Let's say it's for something that is evil. But the problem is that where does it stop?
Exactly.
If they can change the First Amendment, which other amendments can they change?
Well, they can change all of them because they're amendments.
Well, they can change them if there is a supermajority vote.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
75% of the, but all of the states.
Hey guys,
have to
if
get
you don't
together.
like the amendments, go tell your Congress and governors and stuff, and they can change it. They really can. It's possible. They've done it before.
Yeah, but they shouldn't even open that door, because if they open that door, they might mess around with the Second Amendment.
Why not? If you open one door, why not open all the doors?
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna fuck up the Constitution, why not just fuck it all up and get a new one? That way you can't lie to yourselves and be like, hey, we're fixing something.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not fucked up.
No, it's not
just-
fucked up.
Instead of being read, it's interpreted. You're not supposed to interpret the Constitution. You're supposed to read it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's in black and white.
Like I said, if they don't want to do that, why not just get rid of it and make a new one? Why don't these people do that?
I don't want to make a new one.
I know you don't. No, not a lot of people do, but why don't these people suggest that?
Look at all these other countries. They have a new constitution every so many years.
Yeah. And they're shit.
Yep, they're all shit. Our constitution is actually not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've read it. It's pretty
There
decent.
could be a few things that could be better, but like
No, I like it the way it is.
no, like there should be language that you see the founding fathers, when they wrote the Constitution, they wrote it for a very educated person to understand it. It needs to be in layman terms. You cannot take fucking guns away.
You're
Period.
just gonna go back to the Second Amendment? Why don't you
love the
talk
Second
about
Amendment.
amendments that no one knows
The
about?
Second Amendment
Like the
is the-
10th Amendment or the 6th Amendment.
Well, the Second Amendment is the teeth of the Constitution.
I know, but
Without it, the Constitution wouldn't
Like-
exist.
the teeth protect everything else.
The 10th Amendment is what? Is state sovereignty, right? Pretty much any power is not given to the federal government by the state, belongs to the state and the people therein. Some shit like that. Right?
Yeah.
The one I have problems with is the 9th Amendment. That one kind of confuses me. It's very short. I'm not going to look it up or anything like that, but I know almost all of the amendments, but I know the important ones. Like, what's the 4th Amendment?
That's the not fifth. 4th is without search and seizure.
Yeah,
Right?
privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they can't search your shit, whatever. Which
What is it?
that's
First
pretty
is
much
freedom
being
of
thrown out
speech,
the window.
bear arms. The 3rd is no quarter.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't
be
court- soldiers
forced.
can't be
You
forced, yeah.
to quarter soldiers.
4th is basically no search and seizure without warrant.
Yeah.
5th is plead the 5th. Don't say shit.
And it's also due process.
Yeah.
The fifth is they can't just arrest you. They have to have due process.
There has to be a system in place for you to go through that has to be quick and speedy. You have to have a speedy trial.
What is the sixth? It said no torture or unhuman-like punishment or something like that? I'm not going to look them up, man. That's good enough. We know enough about them to know what's right and wrong, pretty much.
No, I want to be sure that this is all kosher.
Oh man, you're gonna give us a class in the Constitution?
Yeah, why not?
Seriously?
Why not? Because I want to make sure I know this stuff too. I can't be spouting this shit out. Oh, wow, you're talking about Constitution. Do you know it? Well, yeah, I do, but I want to be sure that I know
I'm
them.
kind of excited that Mom and Mommy are getting home.
Oh yeah, they're coming. Our
3
family's
days.
coming back in 3 days. The rest
3
of our
more
family.
days. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this shit is not loading. So, oh yeah, by the way, what is it called? Poloniacs,
Poloniacs.
something like
It's
that.
an exchange. They probably know about it. It's
Poloniacs, Bytecoin or whatever it's called, coming out. Buy a lot of it so we can bump up the price and then we can sell it all when it gets high. So everyone listening,
if you spend $200 on Bytecoin, and Bytecoin goes up to 1 penny, you'll make $130,000+.
And we're only saying this.
Woo!
Okay, I'm only saying it because I really want you to buy a lot so that when I buy a lot, the price will go up. It's called the pump and dump. It's usually illegal, but they haven't done anything for the laws with like Bytecoin
It's
and internet
uncentralized,
currencies.
man.
Yeah,
You can do
and
whatever
so
you
we
want.
can pretty much do whatever we want right now before they make it illegal. So everyone, this is your chance to make a shitload of money.
How are we gonna pump and dump with 200? Yeah, I'm gonna pump and dump. I'm gonna buy $200 worth of Bytecoin.
Why not buy more?
I'm not spending more than that on that.
Why not?
That's enough.
That's
Dude,
how you make
I'm
money.
not greedy.
That's how you make money.
I'm gonna turn $200 into $135,000.
No, you're not.
That's
This is not
enough.
gonna happen.
And I'm gonna pay my taxes on it. All right, IRS. I'm paying my taxes on it. That'll be capital gains. So
Fuck
it'll
that.
only be 15%.
I'm putting my shit in an offshore account, guys. You can fuck
No,
yourself.
actually-
you ain't getting my shit.
Actually, if you want, if Bitcoin goes up a lot like that, all you have to do is transfer it into Bitcoin and keep it in Bitcoin, and you don't have to pay taxes because it's still in a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's what the 6 does. The 6 is the speedy trial, fair and speedy trial
Yeah,
by
speedy
jury,
trial.
and they have a right to confront their accuser, to obtain witness, and retain counsel. 7th is trial by jury in civil cases according to common law. It's a common law thing. The 8th is prohibits excessive fines and bail, as well as cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh, is that the 8th? Cruel and
Yeah.
unusual punishment?
Number 9 is the one that protects rights not enumerated in the Constitution. So this protects all your basic shit that the Constitution
yeah.
doesn't talk about.
Like, for example, if you're hungry
You have a right to eat.
and you don't have a job, you can go and
You
kill
can go
a bird.
hunt. Yeah, you can go
kill a
hunt
bird.
without any
You
license.
don't need a license.
Nope. You
If
have a
don't
right
have
to
a
that.
job, you don't have a place to live, you can go and kill a bird and eat it. As long as it's not a blackbird here in Alaska. What's a blackbird?
Raven, crow.
Raven, yeah, you can't eat.
Yeah, you can't
because
kill crows in Alaska
If you kill a
because
crow, you'll be eating someone's soul.
yeah, don't eat people's souls. It's not good for you. They don't like it, and you won't like it either. But yeah, you have a right to that. You have a right to things like that. Just common basic items.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you have a right to clean water?
To clean water,
Yeah.
rainwater maybe,
Right, good.
but not like water from the well or ground or anything.
Or a tap.
Or tap. No, that's not your water technically. You have to pay for that water
No, well, right. You have a right to water.
if you're paying for it.
No, you have a right to water. But you do not have a right to, like, tap water from the city.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like water
Because
that
water has been cleaned and processed
exactly.
and pumped to your house.
like
and all
if
that
you
stuff.
want water and you don't want to pay for it, collect it in a rain bucket and then boil it. That's
Yep.
your right to do that.
Or put
You-
it
but
through a
don't like go
reverse
to a
osmosis
well
filter.
or something that someone
You can
else
put it through a
owns.
reverse osmosis filter.
Yeah, that too.
Hey, you know what? That 2,500 gallon water tank that I want to get, dude, I could fill that up like in a week with all the rain we get here.
Mm-hmm. The 10th
That'd be
is
awesome.
reinforces the principle of federalism by stating that the federal government possesses only those powers delegated to it by the states or the people through the Constitution. Yeah, that one's all fucked up.
That amendment's been freaking thrown out, even though a lot of states do still use that.
Well, they
California uses that
A lot too.
a lot. Yeah, they use it for the wrong reasons, in my opinion, but they still use it a lot.
Makes the 11th is makes states immune from suits from out of state citizens and foreigners not living within the
I
state
don't want to
borders.
go past the 10th, man. Most people don't even know the 10th. Do you think they're going to remember the 11th and the 12th?
How about the
and
13th?
What about the 14th?
What does the 13th do?
I don't know.
Abolishes slavery. It's pretty good,
Is that
right?
the 13th?
Yeah, and involuntary servitude, except
Dude.
as punishment for a crime.
Dude, freaking Lincoln did not. The Civil War was not about slavery.
What? Why did you bring that up? I didn't even say that.
Because that amendment on there, when was that ratified? Was that ratified after
December
the Civil War?
6th, 1865.
There you go.
What does it matter? It's a good amendment.
The only
I like that
reason
amendment.
Lincoln freaking put that amendment in
Who gives a
there-
shit why it was put there?
It shouldn't have been put there. You know why?
It should have been included.
No, you know why it shouldn't have been put there? Because slavery shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Because it's wrong.
But guess what? We had it. That's why we had to put
Because
it there.
people are evil. That's
Because
why.
our history is all fucked up.
People are evil.
The 12th, it revises presidential election procedures. I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
Oh, I wonder what that means. If any, we're ignorant of some of
What's
it
the
too.
best amendment? What's the best
see.
amendment? The 21st.
Yeah, it is. And if you don't know, the 21st Amendment repeals the 18th Amendment, and the 18th Amendment prohibits the manufacturing or sale of alcohol. Yeah, that's definitely a very good amendment. I like 21.
I think they ought to put an amendment in there that says that anyone that wants to change an amendment will face a guillotine. Anyone that wants to go in there and face and change an amendment will get the punishment of death. What do you think? Think that's a good amendment?
What?
Anyone that wants to change the amendment by passing stupid laws will be punished by death.
That sounds retarded.
Dianne Feinstein would have been dead a long time ago. Because she's the biggest freaking gun control.
The
advocate
26th
in the
Amendment
country.
seems kind of redundant, but
It's 27, right?
there's 27, yeah. 26th prohibits the denial of the right of U.S. citizens 18 years of age or older to vote on account of age.
Well, it pretty much says that you can vote when you're 18.
Yeah, but why
That's
did
what
they
it
add
says.
that in 1971?
I don't know.
Because they have all the other ones you can't be denied based on
Well, then
race,
in
color,
19
sex.
I'm guessing that before 1971, that did you have to be older before?
I don't
you could
know.
vote?
Well, you weren't even alive, so
I was born in 1971.
yeah. But this is July 1st or March 23rd. Sorry.
Oh no, I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, you weren't even alive.
I was in my mother's belly. So was I alive or not? I was in my mother's belly.
No, you were not alive.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I wasn't a human being.
No, you were not.
I wasn't a zygote. I was already in the third trimester.
Did they pay taxes on you? Could they put you on your taxes? Their taxes?
I wasn't
That
a US
year?
citizen.
Exactly. You weren't
I
alive.
wasn't a U.S. citizen.
Exactly.
I was from the Dominican Republic.
That exactly. You
They don't
weren't
pay
alive.
taxes in the Dominican Republic.
They don't. You were not alive. Did you have a little ID? Did you have a birth certificate? Did you have any paperwork on you? You were not alive.
Yes.
No.
My mother had a sonogram with my picture.
You're
on it.
not alive.
My mom had a sonogram with
If
my
you're
picture
not
on it.
on
and
the
her
grid,
belly.
you're not alive. Sorry. If no one can prove you exist, then you're not
But I
alive.
did exist. I was in my mother's belly. She was carrying me around.
And guess what? This includes people who disappeared.
What about like a kangaroo?
You're not alive.
Like a kangaroo when they have their babies and they're in their little belly sack right there. Their little babies are still there. They're in their little
They're
belly
in the sack. They're protecting you, but they're out of the mother.
Yeah, but they don't have birth certificates.
They're fucking animals.
We're animals.
Yeah, highly evolved animals. I seen a man punch a kangaroo in the face.
Really?
What does
The
that say to
kangaroo beat his ass?
No, he
didn't
didn't.
Really?
You never seen that?
Dude, that's pretty freaking mean, man. Why would you want to punch a kangaroo in the
He was
face?
beating the shit out of his dog.
Oh, the kangaroo was beating the dog?
The kangaroo was beating the shit out of his
Well,
dog, and he
the-
walked up and he smacked it right in the face.
The kangaroo deserved that
And the
shit, man.
kangaroo looked at him like, "What did you just do?" And then he ran away.
Yeah, he deserved that face.
Yeah, he was fucking up his dog.
messed up. Why the kangaroo just come in there and be...
Oh, there's a
messing with
video.
the dog?
Apparently they were hunting or something. This is in Australia, obviously, but they were doing something out there, hunting and yeah, he had two dogs, and the kangaroo came up on one of them, started grabbing him and hitting him, and then he came up there, started yelling at the kangaroo.
That's
Kangaroo
wrong.
let go of the dog and started to square up, and then the guy just
wrong.
punched him right in the face. It was great. Watch that video if you haven't seen it. It's been 40 minutes. What else we got
Really?
to talk about?
Oh, that's about all I got today. Did you enjoy my poem?
Not really, no.
You didn't want me to read it again so you can really listen to it?
No, I mean, I don't want to hear it again.
How much you want to bet that the people out there are like, yeah, man, I want you to read that again.
I agree with all the stuff that you said about
I
it.
bet
It's
you
just
we're going to get at least 10 freaking views.
like
this
you didn't
week.
even say it with conviction, or you just said it. You just read it. Like there's a difference between reading it and saying it.
It was meant to be sound. I meant for it to sound flat.
That's not how you say things.
Want me to try it again with conviction?
Can I do it?
No.
I want to read it.
No,
I want to read it.
Make your own.
I want to read it.
No,
I was trying to preach. You didn't let me preach.
No, but that was too impromptu.
This is impromptu. This entire thing is impromptu. Isn't that the first thing you said to me? Hey, you're not going to know any of the topics because it's all impromptu. I was impromptu, and I was trying to do as I was doing. I'm trying to entertain these people by preaching to the choir, brother. And you didn't let me. You didn't let me. You ain't let me.
You go retard.
You ain't let me.
All right?
All right.
When you go impromptu, you go retard. And that was retard.
No.
I'm telling you, look, I'm gonna have to.
I was gonna drop some knowledge. All right, that's what I was gonna do.
I'm sorry.
Some knowledge and some spiritual guidance.
Why don't you
to
make
the people.
your own and you can do it next week?
Because it's not the same when you write it. It's just like lyrics. When I'm writing lyrics, if it's off the top,
man, I can't do the freestyle.
That's not the. Oh my God! It's just poetry based on what you feel at the time. The spiritual poetry, spiritual man, spiritual. All right, it comes from deep down inside, what you really feel, what you really believe, without any censor. All right, that's what it's like. That's what it's about. It's about freedom, freedom for yourself, not about freedom for your physical needs and body. Freedom for your spirit and your soul, man.
Oh my
God. All right.
God.
You gotta look deep down inside. No bullshit. You gotta look deep down inside of yourself, all right? Hey, Uncle Roy, if you're listening to this, I'm taking some of your advice. You gotta look deep down inside of yourself, all right? And you'll find, if you look deep down inside, just take a minute to sit down, relax, meditate, clear your mind, all right?
Shut up.
And you'll find your inner being. And when you can connect with your inner being, you'll understand more about life than anyone around you. Except for others who connected with their inner being.
You
all right?
don't even know what you're talking about.
Be quiet, all right? My uncle says this shit, and I listen, all right? It might not seem like I'm listening, but I pay attention. So when you connect, you know what? Never mind. I'll write this shit down and say it next week. Everyone have a very, very wonderful rest of the weekend, even though it's Sunday and you've got like 3 hours until you go to bed.
See you guys. Have a good week.
Yep.
Well, who knows when Roy is going to upload this thing.
Oh yeah, so I'm starting school.
Hopefully he'll do it tonight when he gets home. That way he won't.
I probably won't be until like 3 months from now.
No, why don't you just do it tonight when you get home? Because you're going to be busy all week.
I will be busy all week.
I know. That's why I said do it tonight.
Fine, I guess I'll do it tonight. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for listening. If you listen, if you didn't listen, fuck off. Bye.